Okay, when it's practical, I like to go in the order of the report. But when we're dealing with videos, sometimes it goes just a little more organic, and it's beyond that. And but we are at the water meter. We are in the parkway in front of the structure, and this is our water meter. And this belongs to the municipality. This belongs to the water company. This belongs to the city. You can call it what you will. This box should have been excavated, lined with gravel. But this isn't yours. That's not your water meter. So anything this side of the water meter belongs to the municipality. Anything that side of the water meter belongs to you. But if we look at our water meter and we study it, right inside there's a little silver sprocket. It's called a cheater wheel or a cheater paddle. What that is a flow indicator. It's very sensitive. So if any water is moving, potable water, drinkable water, going into the structure, somebody flushes a commode, that will go crazy. If somebody gets a glass of water, that will go crazy. So we passed the water meter test. Now over here, not yours, parallel is on, perpendicular is off, but that's the main water shutoff valve to everything. You have your own main water shutoff valve. We're going to go look at it. Okay. So I'll trudge over here. Like I said, I'm going to try and go in the order of the report. I might be able to do that. This inside the garage. Structure faces south. North interior wall. Next to the water heater. This is the main water shutoff valve. And this is your water pressure reduction valve, which is a good thing. And if you have one of these, you have to have one of those. So, now this is your main water shutoff valve. I just turned off all the water to your house. Perpendicular is off. I just turned all the water to your house on. Okay, parallel is on. If you have an emergency in the house, this is where you go. This is how you do it. Okay. So then we work on around. So that was the water supply. We're going to do our pressure. This is our water pressure valve. We're looking for no more than 80 psi. Is that leaking? Yeah, we got a leak right here at our stem. And it says we got about 55 psi. That's a good thing. Now I'm going to leave that on for a little bit. You're supposed to let it set for about 15 minutes. I'm going to leave that on for a little bit. Sometimes it creeps up. Sometimes it settles down. So that's our water pressure. We got 55 psi. Our shutoff valve is in the garage. Our meter is perpendicular across the driveway there. These are our main sewer cleanouts. Okay, it's a double cleanout. You put your rooter, your rotor rooter, put your snake, put your auger, call it what you will. You put it in here. This one goes towards the house. If you've got an obstruction in the house, hopefully you can clear it out with that. If you got an obstruction farther out in the yard, it's this one that's used. And it goes that direction towards the yard. And if the city backs up or whatever, this is a pop-off, I think. Let's look at it, since it comes off so easy. Yes, this has got a pop-off, and see there, you can see the way the pipe turns. And if the city starts backing up, this comes up so it doesn't go into your house. Can you see that? We've got a lot of shadows going on here. Ooh, stinky sewer. Okay. So now we're going to pick up a few spares. I was able to go in the order of the report. Yay! I'm going to pick up some spares here. What kind of spares, bud? We're going to talk about the lawn sprinkler system. Oh, well that's good. My client doesn't remember seeing it work. Well, we're going to look at it. We're going to find out. So over here, this is our water meter in the parkway between the sidewalk and the curb where it's supposed to be. And over here, also where it's supposed to be, on this side of the sidewalk, we have our main water shutoff valve for the lawn sprinkler system, and we have our check valve for the lawn sprinkler system. These are supposed to be serviced once a year, by the way. Okay, so if you'll look at this irrigation box, you'll see that it's been excavated like I wanted the water meter to be. It's been excavated and lined with gravel to protect it from erosion so it doesn't clog up. You can wrap your hands around this valve. You can service this valve. That's a good thing. But our main water shutoff valve, parallel is on, perpendicular is off. This box also should have been excavated like that box. And also it should have been lined with gravel like this box. And it wasn't. So our main shutoff valve is not excavated. Our main shutoff valve is not lined with gravel. Okay. Now, like I said, picking up spares. You want to check this. This is your control wires going to your lawn sprinkler system. This is the conduit. And you just want to make sure this doesn't get broken with weed whackers and lawnmowers and stuff like that. Okay? And then we come on along. Inside the garage. Oh, excuse me. This is our weather sensor for our lawn sprinkler system. And inside the garage, this is our control panel for the lawn sprinkler system. We got instructions. That's a good thing. And this is it. And our zones are labeled. This is a good thing. And the way I do it, because I don't do programming, but I'll just go flower bed drip. Well, you can't tell what a drip's doing, but I'll go into manual. This is the way it works. And you can do off, or you can program minutes into it and watch all your systems work. So if I want to do them all, and I just put 3 or 4 minutes on there, then it'll run for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever you put in there, it'll run, and then it'll move to the next station, and the next station, and the next station. And that's the way you can watch your stations work. But the way I do it today is I'm going in, and of course the drip, I'll look at that later, but the front sprays, so that's zone 2. Zone 2, 7 minutes. And then I just turn it back over here to auto. And then we will see, we should see, there we go, Eureka! You know, pretty good, huh? And then we come over here, and we're looking, because we're lookers. The lawn sprinkler head is not supposed to be closer to the flat work than 5 inches. That's too close. And what do we got over here? There you go. That's a little better, but when I turn it off, I'm going to see if it continues to drain, because it shouldn't. There's a condition that can be caused. Anyway, that's a symptom of a problem, like having the grass growing up around the head, but it's also another symptom that we'll talk about on an as-need basis. I'm going to leave this turned off because I'm going to operate the whole thing. Okay. Then we're going to walk right back down over here. And that's what I'm afraid of. I think this head's broken. It's too much water's coming out. It's bleeding out. It's bleeding out. And that's a symptom. It could have the wrong type of head that doesn't have a backflow prevention, because you got to hold the water in the, and this is lower. Or it's a broken line. But every time it turns off, the system evacuates. And I mentioned something about having to come over here and check this out. And there we go, it's still 55 p.m.